Hello everyone and welcome to Gymnastics Lesson 2 for Key Stage 2. We've done shapes yesterday and thought about our different levels whilst performing shapes. I want you to remember those because we're going to use them, so we're going to recap them at the start and then we're going to go through some different ways of travelling in our gymnastics and then add those into a sequence where we'll combine our start, our travels and our shapes into a sequence. Okay, so shapes, I'll go through them quickly. Okay, you can perform them on any level you want, so when I call out the name of the shape, I'll perform them all on a high level, but you can perform them on a middle level or a low level, that's up to you. You can perform them on 1 foot, you can do whatever you want, so however you created them yesterday, you may want to try them that way. So I'll hold each shape for about 10 seconds to give you time to explore that shape. So I'll call out the name of the shape and I want you to perform it on a level of your choice, the way you'd like, and then hold it still until I call out the next one. Okay, ready? Start. Remember, you can do this on any level you want, any way you want. Straight. Tuck. Straddle. Remember, similar to the start, arms go out in front. Practice whichever level you'd like. Just remember to hold them still. And pike. Okay, there are 5 main shapes. Remember, practice them on the different levels. If you want to recap them again now, just pause the video. Okay. Also, you should have created some different shapes using mathematical shapes or by being creative. Some have things like the triangles. Okay. You may have done squares, you may have done circles with lines. Just remember those from yesterday. Remember using the different levels. That's important. Okay. Travels today. So we've got 2 different ways that we're going to travel in our gymnastics. The first one of those is fundamental travels. Okay, so make sure you have got a bit of space. I'm not going to go too far with them, so I'm only going to do a few forward, a few back, maybe a few to the side. So make sure wherever you're working, you've got plenty of space for that around you, but only go as far as you can and just be very careful. So the first fundamental we're going to use is a simple hop. Okay, so we're going to hop 3 times forward and 3 times back. So on 1 foot, try and do that on pause 3 on your toes. So hop, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so do 3 forward and 3 back. I'm watching the video looking forward, but remember when we hop backwards, just try and remember to look over your shoulders. Do it one more time. Hop forward. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, try it on the other foot. So you do both feet. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's important when we're travelling, and copy these along with me at the same time, that you think about direction. So the level yesterday, today I want you to think about direction of travel. Okay, so we can go forwards, we can go backwards. If you have room, we can go sideways. So hop sideways. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we do both feet. So I'm just going to make sure I've got enough space. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, if you're finding that too easy, just to move and hop, again, make sure you've got enough room. You can try this. So try this. We're going to clap at the front whilst we hop. So 1, there, and back. Okay, and you can do those sideways. So I'll call out forwards, sideways, backwards, and you copy along. Okay, so get ready. We're going to do hopping first. If you want to clap at the same time, you can. If you don't want to clap and just concentrate on the hopping, that's fine. Ready? Sideways. Forwards, backwards, sideways. Good. Our next fundamental, that's hopping. We're going to do jumping. Again, if you'd like to clap, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Okay, so we're going to jump forwards first. 2 feet together. Remember to bend your knees. Jump 3 forward. 1, 2, 3. Backwards. 1, 2, 3. Sideways. Good. Try clapping forwards. and sideways. Good. Our next fundamental, we're going to do some skipping. Again, be careful, make sure you don't have space. So skipping, we use high knees and use both arms. Ready? Go. 1, 2. Okay, I've only got room for 2, do a couple back. 1, 2. Sideways, 1, 2. 1, 2. Again, forwards, 1, 2. Backwards, 1, 2. Sideways. Good, so far we've got hopping, jumping, skipping, side stepping again, just a couple to each side. So together, 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 together. Okay, to find that easy, you might want to clap above your head. So, good. Again, just be careful what's around you. Back in the middle, so we've got a few now. I'm going to add one more fundamental in, which is a hopscotch. So with a hopscotch, we go a hop, jump, hop, change feet, jump, hop, change feet, jump, hop, jump. Just practice on spot first. Good. And we'll do a couple going forward. So hop, jump, backwards, hop, jump, jump. A bit faster going forwards. Hop, jump. Good, see if you can do it going sideways. Okay, if you can do those, let's see if you can clap. Clap in front again. Backwards. Sideways. Good. So we've got fundamentals there. Hopping, skipping, jumping, side stepping, hopscotch. So there are fundamental travels. And again, you go forwards, backwards or sideways. Quick challenge. See if you can make a pattern on the floor. So I might choose to make a square on the floor whilst I'm travelling. So I'm going to choose hopping, do some clapping. So try and watch my feet. I'm going to try and move a bit further back. So I'm going to make a square. So I'll hop forward, sideways, backwards, and sideways. Okay, and I'm back to where I started. So I made a square on the floor. I can make a wiggly line as I travel. So try using your fundamentals and try to make patterns on the floor using the space you've got. Off you go. Pause the video. Okay, hopefully you practice lots of different ways of travelling. Made lots of patterns on the floor whilst using your fundamentals. Now we're going to use animal travels. So animal travels, I'll go through a few. We'll do them forwards, backwards, maybe try them sideways, and I'll let you have a little practice of those before we do our sequence. So the first one we do is called a bear. Bear travel, we use straight arms and legs. So do this with me. So straight arms, legs on the floor, head up, facing forward. The same arm and hand and feet move at the same time, straight on the floor. And backwards. Forwards. Sideways. Okay, that's our bear. Okay, what we're going to do now is our bunny rabbit. So I'll turn to the side so you can see my feet. Feet glued together. We squat down. Hands flat on the floor. Keeping your knees, so my knees from the front, glued together, and my feet glued together. You're going to hop your feet off the floor and tuck them in. That's it. So hands always stay on the floor whilst our feet are in the air. Okay, we're going to do 5 of those coming forwards. Forward, hop, forward, hop. Good. Let's see if we can do a couple to the side. And back to the middle. Good. So that's a bear and a bunny. Our next one we're going to do is an exploding frog. Make sure you've got plenty of room. So squat down, touch the floor, jump up into a star. Good. We'll do a couple forward, couple to the side, and do a couple back. So remember, using directions. Ready? Side. Good. Now, if you do try these backwards, just be careful what's behind you. Good. Our next one, we're going to do a caterpillar. So, feet together. What we're going to do, feet stay where they are, hands walk out to your press up position. Now glue your hands to the floor and walk your feet to your hands and stand up. Okay, I'll show you again. Glue your feet, hands on the floor, walk forward, hold your press up position, walk your feet in. Okay, you can do that going backwards. So hands on the floor, feet walk backwards, walk your hands in. Okay, do one more of those, go forward and back. So glue your feet, hands walk out, hold still, feet walk in, hands down, feet walk out, hands walk back. Feel free to repeat that on the video and have another go. Okay, I've shown you 4 different travels for animals. Now pause the video in a minute, explore some of your own. What other animals do you know? And what can you come up with? Be creative. When we're doing our animals, try and use strength positions and try and work on those shoulder and arm muscles, leg muscles, and that core. Okay, pause the video, see what other animals you can come up with and explore the ones we've just practiced. Off you go. Okay, hopefully you've explored those. So, let's look at the board again. Okay, so on our board, we're at the end of lesson 2. So we now should know how to create a sequence, what a start and a finish of a sequence looks like. We should also know some shapes, 5 that we learned as gymnastic shapes and some which you created. We should know travels that are fundamental skills, so hopping, skipping, sidestepping, jumping, hopscotch. And we should know animal travels. So we did the bear, caterpillar, bunny and the frog. Don't forget, use levels and different directions when you're creating your sequence. And if you manage to create a sequence like that, add in one more travel of your own choice. I'll show you a couple of sequences and then I would like you to create your own. Bear with, my sheet's falling off. Okay, so sequence. Don't forget, all sequences have start and finish. So do this one with me. So we have our start position. First thing on my sheet is a shape. Okay, so I'm going to do my sitting down star. Remember, you hold these for 5 seconds. Good. Now fundamental. So I'm going to do my hopscotch forward and backwards. Good. So I've used directions. Shape, so I'm going to use the one I made up, creative shape. I'll use my triangle on my toes, hold for 5 seconds. Good. Animal travel. I'm going to do a couple of caterpillars, one forward, one back. And finish. So that's what day 2 sequence should look like. So I'll repeat it one more time. Remember, I do each shape for 5 seconds, and I do a few travels, which is about 5 seconds in total. Possibly a little bit longer, but at least 5 seconds. So I'll perform my sequence one more time. Okay, hopefully you'll come up with a sequence similar to that. So one final time just to remind you. I'm creating a sequence. These are all the skills that it should include. Okay, think about your levels. So I did levels, did a middle level, and I did a high level. Okay, think about shapes you learned, ones you created. Think about using fundamental travels, animal travels, and think about using different directions. So I did forwards and back. I didn't do any sideways. You might want to choose that. Think about all that, and if you're good with that one and you're happy, add one more extra travel in of your choice. Okay? Maybe one of your travels you want to make a shape on the floor like we did at the start. Well done, and I'll see you tomorrow for more gymnastics.